This morning's story comes to us from WRAL.com. Cell phone video of a Dunn police officer punching a man who complained about a traffic backup has sparked outrage on social media and concern among some town officials. Police were directing traffic around a closed railroad crossing at Granville Street and Ells Avenue on March 16th when Thomas Eugene Allen got out of his car to complain about the resulting traffic tie-up. Someone in another car started recording the encounter on a cell phone.
This video of two Dunn police officers using force on a man is sparking anger on social media. The man is now suing the police department, the city of Dunn, demanding that the officers be fired.
He's now suing Dunn and its police department, alleging excessive force by Gonzalez and Hart, assault, battery, false imprisonment, and malicious prosecution.
Allen's lawyer, Chas Post, says that account is wrong, that Allen was not the aggressor.
It's absolutely unfathomable that Officer Gonzalez chose to start throwing haymaker punches and elbows to the face to a man who was simply about to take his cell phone and record his interaction with law enforcement. That's what happened.
These photos provided by Allen's attorneys show a black eye and scrapes on Allen's head. He says the officer should not be allowed to wear the badge again.
And what we're looking for here is, punishment. We're looking for deterrence. We're looking for accountability.
Dunn Mayor William Elmore called the 2-minute video of the incident, which was posted on Facebook, very concerning. However, Dunn Police Chief Clark White said a review of the incident by the department's professional standards section and the local district attorney's office determined there was no excessive force. Of course.
It's not even clear if this matter will come up in tonight's meeting. Dunn Mayor William Elmore told me the video to him is very concerning. This encounter happened back on March 16th as Dunn police officers were directing traffic away from closed railroad crossings. Dunn Police Chief Clark White sent this statement. A review of the use of force was conducted by the professional standards section of the police department and the Harnett County District Attorney's Office, reviewing the facts of the incident from start to finish and found the use of force acceptable for the situation. In his incident report, Officer Hart says Allen left his car irately waving his hands and yelling derogatory remarks. He says Allen's skin was flush red with anger and ignored repeated commands to return to his car.
Oh my goodness, they're fighting.
The roughly 2-minute video posted on Facebook shows Thomas Eugene Allen, upset about street closures, come face to face with an officer identified as Trey Gonzalez. Allen appears to pull out his cell phone, and seconds later, the officer seems to begin punching the man.
This is so wrong.
Another officer, identified as Apellis Hart, tries to restrain Allen from behind. Officer Gonzalez continues swinging and at one point appears to lift Allen off the ground by his neck.
You're killing him.
A third unnamed officer comes in and helps put Allen on the ground to handcuff him. Thomas Allen was initially charged with a felony, assaulting a public officer, but that charge and a charge of resisting a public officer were dropped. The two officers, meanwhile, remain on the job, David.
Brian Mims reporting live in Harnett County. Brian, thanks.
So as you heard, the officers wrote up that, well, this guy was the aggressor. He was throwing his hands around. And if you saw the video, he was just wondering what was going on with it. Now, maybe he did get upset at the cops, but he wasn't an aggressor like they said. But you know what? If you don't obey a cop right away, you're an aggressor. If you tell a cop, you're stupid, you're an aggressor. If you flip a cop off, you're an aggressor. That's just how they do it. And what gets me here is they wrote up the report that is inconsistent with the video. Another proof that you need to record police interactions all the time. You see cops, start recording. Because cops who don't know they're being recorded, when they write up their police report, they're going to make the narrative look like, well, we had to do what we had to do. And look at the police chief walking the thin blue line. There was no excessive force. Oh, with the haymakers and the elbows weren't excessive force. The guy starting a street fight, a cop starting a street fight in the middle of the highway, that's not a excessive force. So they're allowed to just start throwing haymakers and beat people up in the middle of the street.
The officer seems to begin punching the man.
This is so wrong.
Another officer, identified as Apellis Hart, tries to restrain Allen from behind. Officer Gonzalez continues swinging and at one point appears to lift Allen off the ground by his neck.
You're killing him.
A third unnamed officer comes in and helps put Allen on the ground to handcuff him.
Well, that's the use of force. That's on our use of force policy. Beat the shit out of somebody. Wow. Remind me not to go to Dunn anytime soon, because Dunn looks like it be done. Anyway, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. I got a couple of videos I might try to do over the weekend. I do have one. The Idaho Springs officer that tased the elderly man. There's an update to that. People posted, one of the media outlets posted a big story on that. So tomorrow I'm going to be giving that one to you. Look for it.